Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I am going to cover the next topic, that is using find method with arrays. So let's get started. The previous sessions I covered a lot of other methods, that is other important methods that we can use with arrays like for each, map, filter. Followed by that, I'm going to cover one more method, that is find method. Okay. So let's get started with this. So here we have some notes for reference, guys. Let me open these notes. See? So what is this find method and all those stuff I'm going to cover now. Okay. So what is this find method? How to use this find method? Everything I'm going to cover in this session. Find method is one of the important methods in JavaScript that we can use with arrays. And what does it do? You see, the will call find method will call function for each and every element in the array until until it finds an element which satisfies its condition. Okay, so find method will call function for each and every element in the array until it finds an element in the array which satisfies its condition. Only one element. Okay, so if no element is found with the given condition, even though this find method calls a function for each and every element in the array, and no particular element will satisfy this particular condition given in the find method, in that situation, the find method will return you undefined. Okay, since no element is found, undefined. If an element is found which satisfies this condition, then that particular element will be returned by this find method. So let me show you how to use this find method now. After practical demonstration, we'll understand what exactly is find method. Okay, let me open this your studio code and let me delete all this stuff, guys. Okay, or let's keep it for now. Okay, so here find hyphen demo dot js. Now here I'll create a array like ar. Here I'll give some array elements, that is 9 comma 5 comma 1 comma 7. Okay, 6 comma 4 comma 2 comma 8. These are few elements I have given. Okay, randomly I've given some elements, guys. Randomly I have given some elements in this array. Now using the find method, I would like to find any particular element which satisfies a condition. Okay, so I'll write like this: ar, that is array dot find. Okay, I need to use this find method, find predefined method with arrays in JavaScript like this. And here I need to call the function. Okay, find method will call a function for each and every element in the array until element satisfying the given condition in the find method is found. Okay, so for that, E stands for element, or you can give X or whatever you want. Okay, this you know, right? Arrow functions. In one of the previous sessions, I covered what are arrow functions. Okay, so without understanding the arrow functions, you'll not understand what I'm doing here inside the find method. Here I'm going to call the function with the help of find method. E arrow function. Then I would like to give a condition, that is E greater than 6. E greater than 6 is the condition. What will happen in this case? This find method will go through each and every element in this array. First it will take what? 9. Okay. First it will take 9. 9. 9 is greater than 6, which is true. Since it has found one element which is greater than 6, it will not check with the remaining elements. Okay. Until it finds the first element in the array which satisfies this particular condition, till then it will happen. Okay, or if I put this 9 almost somewhere here, let's say, in this case what will happen? First it will take 5. Okay, 5. In this kind of example it will take 5. 5 is greater than 6 is false. So the find method will call another function for the second element. E is 1 now. 1 greater than 6 is again false, which is this condition is not getting satisfied. And again for the third element, 7 greater than 6 is true. In this case the condition is satisfied. it will return the element which is satisfying this particular condition. I'll just write let okay, let some x is equal to, okay, just give something. Then here console.log, if I say x, what will be printed in the x? The element, the first element from the left side of the array to the right side of the array one by one when it calls the function, whichever the element that comes first in this array elements and satisfies this condition will be returned and stored into this variable. Okay. Now run this code and see what is happening. Let me go and open the new terminal and just run this code node space find hyphen demo dot js. You see 7, as I mentioned 7. For example, if I give 16 here, okay, in this case, what will happen? None of these elements will satisfy this particular condition, okay? 5 greater than 16 false, 1 greater than 16 false, 7 greater than 16 false, 6 greater than 16 false, 4 greater than 16 false, 9 greater than 16 is also false, 2 greater than 16 is false, 8 greater than 16 is also false. In that kind of situations, what will happen? None of these elements. So, if I run this code, undefined should be printed, okay? No element is satisfying, no element in the array is satisfying this particular condition, so undefined will be returned. Fine. Next, next thing here is, next thing here is, okay. So I can also use this find with, if the elements of this array are objects, okay. In that case, what will happen? Let me give you that example. Find hyphen demo hyphen 2, I'll say, dot js. And here, let ar, and let's create an array. Each and every element of the array is like, like this, I'll say. And here, multiple objects. I'll just give something like name, or, like this, I'll give name. Let's say Arun. Okay. Experience, colon. Let's say 18. Here, name, colon, Varun. Here, comma, experience, experience, colon. Let's give it as a 5, or let's say 15 otherwise. I'll just present, okay, I'll just take it to the new line so that you can understand the code easily if this is there here, okay? Then let's move it here, let's move it here, let's move it here. Then name, colon, Tarun, experience, colon, let's say 13, name, colon, Vijay, comma, experience, like 1 year, name, colon, Rana, comma, experience, colon, 4. Like this, I'll give the items like this, okay? Now, in this kind of situation, if I say ar dot find, circular brackets, in this, each and every element of the array, or you can give A, B, C, E, X, anything is fine, guys. There's no difference in that. Each and every element here is mentioned as X. First element is the object, right? In that object, I'll say X dot experience is less than, less than 3. Okay? Is less than 3, or less than 5, let's say. Okay? Is less than 5. If you give like this, then let E is equal to, then console.log E. I'll print the value of E. What will happen in this case? First object will be taken. In that first object, X is first object, that is name or on experience 18. X dot experience 18 less than 5 is false. So this condition is not satisfied. The function will be called for the next element, that this one. Okay. So, okay. Experience 15 less than 5 is false. Then next one, 13 less than 5 is false. Next one, 1 less than 5 is true. So this object name Vijay experience 1 will be stored into this E, and when you print E, this will be printed. Okay. The last element, no chance has come. The first found element only will be given the preference. Run this. Let me run hyphen 2.js. You see, name Vijay, experience 1. Okay. So the first found element in the array, which is satisfying this condition, will be there. Okay. So this is how the find method will work in JavaScript when used with arrays. And let's go and look into this reference notes, where we have some other information also. That is, you need to understand the difference between find and filter. Okay. In the previous session, I explained about this filter method, how to use filter method with arrays. How the find method is different from the filter method when used with arrays. Filter method will return all the elements of the array which are satisfying this condition, not just first found element. But find will only find the first matching element. No matter how many elements are matching this particular condition, find will only find the first one. Okay, here only 15 got found in this example, you see n greater than 10. Okay, 5 and 10 are not getting satisfied. 5 and 10 are not getting satisfied. Only 5 and 15 and 20 are getting satisfied, but find is only finding the first element which is satisfying the condition. Remaining it's not worrying about. Whereas filter is returning you all the elements in the array which are satisfying this particular condition. So it's returning in the form of an array. Okay, so hope guys you understood how to use find method with arrays. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.